I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spotlight Over the City. I am your host, Stan Long, and I got the wonderful co-host, Mrs. Dana Dane. And guess what? I also got wifey in the building, the guest co-host, the lovely Terry Long. What's going on, Terry? Hey, let's clap it up. We got a wonderful show. We got a wonderful show for you guys this week. It's going to be amazing. What's going on with the blow up, the new sex doll?
I saw her.
I heard about it.
How many people gonna get this sex doll? I think a lot of people gonna order this sex doll. Somebody inboxed me and sent it to me. I was like, I thought they was sending me a naked girl, right? So I was like, what's a little bit? I mean, she was naked.
I think
a
lot of men are going to buy that sex doll.
I said, hold up.
There's some freaks out here.
I say, yeah, right.
There's some freaks. Some freaked out dude is going to buy it.
It's some, now, this going to break the color barrier. It's going to be some black men, white men, orange men. It's going to be some people buying this doll, this whatever. It's like a almost life looking figure. Did you see a picture of it?
Well, I did, and this might be good for people in relationships that don't really get too much booty from their boo-boo. I mean, it might keep your relationship together. Look, if you got somebody that don't really feel like doing it.
What they not getting, Dana?
Booty. From boo-boo. Yeah, from their boo-boo. So
yeah. Hey, look, is it cheating if you have a sex doll? Is that cheating?
Absolutely.
No, it's not cheating.
Okay, it's not cheating.
Ain't saying nothing, ain't talking, ain't moving. She ain't got a heartbeat.
No feelings involved. Nothing.
Right,
It's not cheating if we agree.
We got to agree on a sex doll?
Yes. If it looks like the one I saw today, yes.
Terry, you can't be jealous of a sex doll, Terry.
I didn't say I was jealous. I said it's cheating if we don't agree.
Let me ask you this. I want to ask this a question. Would you be upset if Stan came to you and said, "Babe, look, I want to bring the sex doll into the house. I want the sex doll in the bedroom with us." Would you be upset, or would you be like, "Okay, babe, you want to get freaked out sometime? Go ahead."
Okay.
You would
that's permission. So I'm saying if he does it that way, but if I come home from work and he upset
and he just on top of the doll going to work,
that's a problem.
What can I say, babe? I want to bring this girl in the room.
The sex doll girl or a real girl?
I had got
the
confused.
doll.
That's another show.
I got off track for a minute.
Yeah. Totally off track. They over there looking like, hold up.
Wait a minute. That's another type
All right, let me
of
bring
show,
it back. Let me bring it back. I just had to say that, though, because when I got that inbox, I was just like, what's the world coming to? One thing you don't have to worry about, your husband is not going to ever want a sex doll.
No.
That's never.
Right. Never.
Not in a trillion years.
That's
I ain't that freaky.
I was going to say, like,
I ain't crossed over that
when,
far.
When we're like in our 80s, if you want that, go for it.
But when we're our 80s, it ain't going to matter.
Yeah.
You're going to be done.
Yeah,
He'll be
done pretty much.
I'm going to have to get me a younger man when we get our 80s.
Yeah, you can. I don't even care. You can get two younger men at 80. I don't care. Do what you got to do. It ain't going to do nothing. It probably don't even get wet.
At 80? Oh, yes, it will.
At 80.
I've started taking vitamins now to prepare for my 80s.
I heard that.
I'm going to be ready.
And
okay,
you know
old
I'm happy
man.
about that. I better get my vitamins on. Shit, let me get my damn vitamins. All
Y'all
right, y'all. Time
crazy.
for Spotlight News. 'Cause we got to crank it up. We got a lovely show today because we got some wonderful guests. You going to introduce our guests?
Well, we have in the house today Amy and Danny, and they're going to talk to us today about some speed dating. And I cannot wait to hear about it.
What you think about speed dating? Would you ever do that?
Me, myself, I think it's cute if that's what you're into. I don't have the patience for that. Like, I just don't have the patience for speed dating, but I know it's the thing that's popping off right now. So I think it's good if that's your cup of tea. Yeah, I don't have the patience for it.
I think that I would try it. Like, if I weren't married, I would try that before, like, Match.com or something like that. I would try this because it sounds like it's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's something fun.
And
I
it's
can see that
be
being
engaging, and it's going to be other singles there. I would try it. So I'm going to make some of my single friends go.
Yeah, okay. I know a few people that
I'm going to be their Uber.
Yeah, people
I'm
love
that. Drive them there
because I get sick of my homeboys
make sure
calling
that
me.
They go.
They gonna get there, huh?
They gonna get there.
They gonna do the speed date thing. We're gonna have the flyer up soon.
Yes,
We're gonna put the flyer up during the show and make sure everybody get the information.
I have some questions about speed dating. I can't wait till they come up here.
I do too. I have some questions about it too. So we're gonna get with them in a minute. But on to Spotlight News because we gotta hurry up and get the gun done. Donald Trump. This is my last show mentioning Donald Trump. I don't normally even mention Donald Trump, but this one I liked, so I had to mention it. Donald Trump is actually he paid $130,000 to a young lady, Stephanie Clifford, aka Stormy, for allegedly having a sexual encounter back in 2006. They call her Stephanie Heffany. So basically, Trump was getting his free going, got caught up with the girl. She knew he was about to become president, so she was about to go public. And so once she was decided to go public, he was like, ho, stop the presses. I don't think you should go public. And so what did he do? Yeah. Spent $130,000 for some tail. That's an expensive tail. But at the end of the day,
that wasn't expensive to him though. That's Trump.
So what I want to know,
$1.
why can a president do these type of things, but people like Russell Simmons and all these other people can't even get a fair shot at anything? It's like as soon as you alleged to be done doing something, you got to step down or you got to get rid of your company and this and that. And I'm not slighting the people that was sexual assaulted or anything like that. But I'm saying the president seems to have free reign on everything. He can grope women. He can talk nasty in the public. He can say crazy stuff in the public. He can say you son of a bitch and don't nobody care. He can just do whatever. And so we being punked.
Yeah, because it's money.
I think we being punked a little bit
it's
because we're going for it. And I mean, the Democrats are suckers, so they let it happen. And I'm like, it's just one party at this point. I'm wondering. So I think God just basically saying, that's why you need to count on me and stop worrying about who in the office. Because he's a clown.
Yeah, Trump
is. A clown.
And he has all that money. Like, when you have money, you can do things that average people can't do. That's the bottom line. Trump's money allows him to do so much. Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
Think about this picture right here. What does this say to you?
You guys can't see the commercial. You can't see the picture.
You can't see the
Trump
I got to let
in the
them
middle
see
of the KKK.
Can y'all see this?
He fits right in. Look at it. You see, it looks like he fits right in. He's so comfortable in that picture.
Oh, he is in.
Yeah, he does. He fits right in.
So I just had to do that because I can't stand our president. But anyway, on to the next. Multi-billion-dollar spirit deal. This company is called Pernod Ricard. I think I'm saying it right. P-E-R-N-O-D. Ricard. Acquired stake in Jeezy, Young Jeezy's Avion company. He has a tequila brand.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
so they connected with him, and he's going to stay on board till like 2020, he said, and help assist, basically do the marketing and the branding for the company. But that was a big deal for Jeezy, so shout out to him for that, You got pictures? Well, I think we got some pictures. They in order. So right after Trump. The next picture's up. There you go. All of them in order. So
I love Jeezy. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out. I love Jeezy.
So
I just had to get that out.
I really, really do like him a lot because for one, he stayed out of the media for negativity for a long time. For two, he been staying to the grind for a long time. All his albums have been selling really well. I love that he hasn't switched up his character for the dollar. His music is the same, right? And so I respect that. What you like about G? You think he cute or something? Oh God, B, do you hear her, B?
He's
B,
just like I don't have too many celebrity crush. I'm just being honest. Jeezy, he is my celebrity crush. He just looks so rough and tough and fly, and he has swag at the same time.
I get it.
Y'all agree with that?
He does, yeah.
I mean,
They're like, no.
I get what
I
she's saying.
Well, wifey, who's your crush? Who's your TV crush or your music
who
crush?
my crush is.
Who's your
Nas.
crush?
Nasir Jones.
Nas. Okay.
You ain't say Nas. You said Nasir Jones. Huh?
Yeah, well, I call him.
You act like y'all dated.
I call him by
like
his
y'all used to F around. Y'all used to fuck around a little bit. I mean, you can tell me. We'll talk about it after the show. But okay,
Yeah.
you allowed to have all the TV crushes, radio crushes, and all. I'm cool with that. Like, I'm not the jealous type. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah, I got a strong hand, so I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yes, you do.
I got a strong
You
hand,
don't
wife.
have to worry about that.
Okay, cool. On to the next. Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy is being sued for filming a chauffeur. He had a chauffeur, and they was out in, I don't know where they were. I think in California. And he had a chauffeur, and he filmed the chauffeur, right? And then he put the film in a video. So the chauffeur asked him to take the video down. He took it down, they put it back up. Right?
So we sued him.
And so he's suing him. I don't know how much money he's going to get out of it, but he will get some money, though. You can't use people's material and they didn't give you consent and then put it in a video and, because you make money from the video.
Well, can regular people like us do that? We can just sue them?
If you didn't consent to being filmed, then I think you could sue. Like the lady in the hotel, remember she was naked in the dressing room or something? And they was filming them.
Aaron Andrews, yep.
You sharp. How you know that?
I'm really into the sports world, so
Okay.
I remember that situation.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if he gonna get no money, but hey, he gonna take.
Oh,
a shot
Soldier
at
Boy
it.
doesn't have any money anymore. You know,
Soulja
I'm not
Boy
into
got
these
big
rappers.
money.
Oh, okay,
Let me
so
tell
he
you something.
might.
Soldier Boy got some
I don't
money
know.
now.
I'm so
I'm
late
not
with
a
the
Soldier
rappers.
Boy type of guy. I never really fooled with the Joker. I thought he was a clown from day one. But me personally, I like the simple fact that Soldier Boy innovated the game. He was the first beat maker that took the beats and made his own beats and did some things that other rappers wasn't doing. And so a lot of other rappers was getting with him for the beats that wasn't even using his music. I mean, getting with him with the rap. They was getting him with the beats.
For the beats, okay.
Yeah, same thing. That's how your boy, what's the got in the game? What's Jay-Z, man? Kim husband.
Kanye West?
Yeah, Kanye. That's how Kanye got in the game.
Okay.
He's a beat maker.
A beat
On
maker.
to, yeah, he make beats. On to the next. YouTube acquires the global rights for Eminem's produced hip-hop movie. He got a movie called Bodied, right? And YouTube picked it up. And what it is, it's a movie about a young guy who is a hip-hop artist in the making, so to speak. It sort of reminds me of, remember his joint he was in?
8 Mile.
8 Mile.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jacob, too. Hey, Jacob, man.
Jacob was
he
over there
on
throwing
point.
the answers
Shout out to the
out.
whole Listen Vision, but Jacob in particular, my homeboy, when I say he get it popping in here,
Yes,
Jacob
he
be on
does.
point.
man, Jacob, man, I think he know more about music than my wife. You
Definitely.
He knows more about music than you, but not me.
I know about music. Oh, you
A little bit.
Dana, I don't know about Dana.
Well, y'all know I'm so
Dana
late.
be
I don't know
listen,
about anything.
Dana, her
right.
black card is this close to being revoked. Like last week, the other week, it almost got revoked. Because I was
Yeah.
like, Dana, come on now,
Yeah,
Dana.
most of the time I don't know who these rappers are y'all talking about. I swear I don't.
This story right here, this is the crazy story of the week for me. A 62-year-old Baton Rouge man attempts to run his girlfriend over and their 3-year-old children after she refused to have sex with him. Right? She said, I can't have sex because my kid's in here. And he said, you going to give me some.
And he gonna run her over?
Yeah, he said, you going to give me some. And they got the arguing and they got physical and everything, right? They got physical. So she broke away, took the 3 children, and they got out the house. So as they walked down the street, they were in an empty parking lot waiting for somebody to come pick them up, right? And so here come this crazy man in his little Silverado pickup truck coming around, really literally though, and bent that corner and tried to run that ass over. Like he tried to run her over with her 3 children present.
So was he arrested?
Yeah, he was
Good.
arrested.
That's what people
So I
are
was
crazy.
Like, I was like, man, what's really going on?
People are crazy.
Wow.
If you give me some sex to make me want to run your children over, I ain't gonna mess with you.
You
no more
don't-
after that.
So I don't
it's
have
a one hitter
that.
quitter.
I don't have that.
You do, but we married, so you ain't going. I got you. You know, we lock stock.
Okay.
Yeah, you got some fire though, baby. I can't tell everybody. I'm supposed to be saying that all on.
No, I was
on
just
the thing,
saying, do
but
I
if you
have
must know,
do I
you
have
got
what
the
it takes to
juice
make
now.
you run someone run me over?
Yeah.
If I don't give it to you.
I mean, you done had stalkers before me, so you should know. Niggas climbing in windows, all that. You had all that. Right? So I mean, you should already know. People popping out bushes.
He is putting my
When I met her,
business out
when I
there.
met her, I almost had to knock 2-3 jokers out because they was approaching me about her like, well, I mean, you know, homie, that's my boo.
Well, you
You
know,
know,
you ain't gonna run nobody over where you ain't
come
kill him.
Well, no, you can't come to me with disrespect though. I don't play. But anyway.
He's so crazy.
Yeah.
Let's move on because I'm messing around. Yeah, wifey gonna get me in trouble out here. Dennis Rodman, he done messed around and got him a DUI last week, and now he done checked into rehab. I say, well, you know what? This is second time around. Hopefully he'll get it right this time. I respect Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was the bad boy of the NBA a long time ago, but at the end of the day, he brought a different aspect to the NBA. That guy was responsible for helping them 6 rings come about with Jordan.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
And when
I
I say a
was.
major part, a lot of people don't understand them rebounds. He played his part so key that they got 6 in a row. And I know without him, I don't really think that could happen because this guy was really, really, really instrumental in that happening. So shout out to Dennis Rodman for trying to get it right. He trying, y'all. He trying. He done went all over North Korea drunk and this and that and came on back and messed around.
Still a mess.
Yeah, but you know,
he's a
sometimes
hot
money make a
mess.
mess of you though.
Well, it made a
Sometimes
mess
money
of
can
him a long
really,
time
really make a
ago.
mess
He's
of
a
you.
hot mess.
Yeah,
He
he
like
is.
70 now.
He's probably about 82. About 82.
Probably like-
sis.
Did you
Yeah,
just
like
say
80.
he's
Still
70?
running around getting drunk. Dennis Rodman, what is wrong with you, man?
Did she say 70?
Yeah, and I said 82.
82.
He's still running around getting drunk.
Moving on, Cash Money Records CEO Birdman has been ordered to vacate the premises of his $14 million home in Miami. Remember that
Wow.
big house we saw?
Why?
Well, because he took out a $12 million loan against the property and he defaulted on the $12 million loan.
He couldn't get no money from Tony Braxton,
what
and he
I'm saying,
dated Tony. Tony ain't had no money to give
Birdman
him.
got way more money than Tony.
That was a
Braxton.
joke, I know. That's why
Yeah.
Tony's with him, because of his money.
Yeah, Birdman got a ton of money. But my whole thing is, how do you default on a $12 million loan if you do have that bag? Like, how would you have to? Because now it's to the point where they putting him out, right? And they not even selling the house yet. They can possibly rent the house, and they vacating him, leaving all the furniture, everything. Like, get out.
Wow.
Right. So I'm like, dang, Birdman, you got like a $4 million yacht and all this. He got a lot of stuff. Like, Birdman got a lot of stuff. So what you think about that?
I think some people he may just be like, I don't want to pay it.
Well, some people do take that stance.
Yeah, I got the money. I just don't want to.
Right, and does he really care about his credit? He got money. He can buy whatever the hell he wants to buy.
So he probably just don't want to pay it.
Well, if you have that much, that's my point. If you have,
and he's
that
also
much
a
money,
knucklehead. He has
got
all
the
that
money to
but
pay
he's
Lil
also a
Wayne. But
knucklehead.
has he done that? No, he don't want to.
He don't think he want to, or you think he really don't owe it?
He's just an ass, I think.
Well, it seems. What y'all think? You think he don't have the money to pay? If he don't have 12 million, he damn sure ain't got 50 to pay Lil Wayne. He say, oh, Wayne, what, 50, 60 million? He don't have that money. I don't think he have that much money to do that. When you buy Bentley trucks and this and that, you don't need to have hundreds of millions of dollars for that.
No,
you can have a couple of million and do that. You know, a couple 100,000.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Yeah, so anyway, Birdman, I ain't never been a Birdman fan anyway. Happy birthday to my homegirl, Betty White. She has turned 96 years old.
Yes.
And she is spry as a mug, man. You know what I'm talking about? Betty,
Yes, she
this lady, she is 90.
She's still kicking. Look at her
years
little hairdo.
old.
She got her hair done up
Got
and
her
everything.
hair
Go
done.
ahead,
She
baby.
got her-
Funny.
She got it set. She got her
Y'all
hair
missing-
set.
oh.
What you got a set?
She got a wet set.
She got a wet set.
Yes.
What's
And
going
set
on,
under the
T? What's going
dryer.
on, Nikki? In the chat room. I see
And
y'all.
you know, she said, I saw on TV this week, she said the secret to her longevity and her health is hot dogs, eating hot dogs regularly, which we say is not good for you, and vodka.
She's saying anything.
Well, you know, she does say she get lit, though. Everybody,
stay
she's been
lit.
known to get lit.
She's
So
saying
I'm
anything.
about
Let
to-
us just eat
I'm
hot
gonna get on
dogs and
her-
drink vodka. We're going to be all effed
I'm
up.
going to get her. I don't know, Dana. I'm going to
I
try
ain't
it.
listen to her.
I'm going to try it because let me tell you something. My daddy is almost 90, and he says the secret to his health, and Stan can attest to it, he's healthy, he gets around, do everything.
Very healthy.
The secret is Hennessy on daily, some Hennessy, and things like hog nuts and bad food. So
Your dad eats
Your
hog
dad-
nuts.
my
Your
dad
dad
eats the
is-
nuts
he is
on a hog.
blessed.
Real
Your dad
nut-
is blessed.
Real
Hog nuts.
nuts. They look like testicles.
Well, if
Big
they nuts,
ones.
they testicles.
Right. They are testicles.
So where do you buy hog nuts? Where do you buy that?
You either go down south and you either go down south and you get someone to kill a hog, or he has a place where he goes in Baltimore. It's like a open like a farmer's market, and they have those nuts.
Hog nuts.
Yeah.
I
I'ma
mean,
get y'all
how
some hog
does he
nuts.
cook them? He fries
Y'all
the
get hog
nuts.
nuts.
Yeah,
Are
he-
they like big balls or are you serious?
I'm
Are you
serious. They
joking?
look like testicles. You
Dana,
can Google-
you want me?
I
you
don't
me
want
bring
no
some?
hog
They-
balls.
they
Hey, V,
look-
you want some hog nuts? We gonna get them hog nuts around your house. You hear me? You give me your address. Let me get her some hog nuts down.
They look like really fat testicles.
Have you tried them
Have
before?
y'all ever
No,
had
ma'am.
hog nuts on
How does
Facebook?
does he
Have
fry
y'all
them?
ever had that? Let
It
me know.
depends. Sometimes he fries them,
What's up,
and
Eric?
sometimes he'll boil them. Like just keep
I'm
boiling.
getting sick. Can we go on to the next topic?
Dane, if you seen a picture though, you
don't
would
even
be
wanna
like,
see it.
oh
I'ma
my
make sure I
God,
show you
this
the
is not
picture.
real. Can't be real. Man, I'm
see
sad about this.
Lavelle and
Man, sad day for Game. It's a sad day for Game. Game lost his dad this morning.
Oh, I didn't
65
know
years
that.
old. Passed away in his sleep. Right? At
that's
65 years young.
I
Passed
didn't
away
know
in his
that.
sleep. So shout out to you, Game. RIP to your dad. Hopefully, my condolences to you and your family. Hope everything's going out okay with you guys. On another note, 13 years ago today, Game released his first debut album. You know, what's the name of it?
I
Since you know
have
music.
no idea. All
You
I
know I
know, the
don't know.
song that he sang is "This Is How We Do." Don't he sing that?
That's not the Game.
Isn't that 50
Yes,
Cent?
he
That's
is.
50.
But he is
I
on
knew
that
that.
song.
I knew
There you go,
that.
Dana. Dana
But
got a card
I
back.
don't know
Did
what
you
the
see that?
game
Is
sings.
Game
What's the
on that
song
song,
he
y'all?
sings?
Yes, he
Anybody
is.
in the building know
Nobody-
Game's first
He's
first
not.
first
Anybody know a song
album?
that the Game
What's
sang?
Game's first album?
Jacob
My
Young.
man, shout out to the
What was
homie in
it?
the studio, the documentary. It's called The
Okay.
Documentary. That was his first debut album, and it was 13 years ago today. What you say, Jacob?
Hey y'all.
Hate
Hate
It
it
or
or
Love It?
love it.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
one of
Love
the
It.
songs.
How that song go?
Oh, okay. I really can't tell you one song that the
Hate
Game
It or
sang.
Love
Probably
It,
if I
y'all
heard
done
it, I would
done-
know, but I can't tell you one song that he sang
Hate it
off
or-
the top of my head.
Babe,
Yeah.
do you know how that song go?
I don't.
Hate it or love it?
Yeah, but I thought that was 50 though.
I did too.
All right, well,
Charlene said the Game is just fine. She's like, forget what he sings. He's just fine.
she liked the Game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, shout out to the Game. I love his
Hey,
music. I think
cuz.
he got some real hot music since the day he came out. I wanted him to be solo from the beginning. I thought he was hot. So on the P. Diddy son, P. Diddy youngest son, you know Christian.
Oh yeah, he just signed that deal.
Yeah, he just signed a deal. 19-year-olds just signed a deal. He's also a model for Dolce & Gabbana.
Yeah, he is.
Right? Young boy.
He look just like Diddy.
That's an older picture. I think that's a little older picture. He's a little older now. He's 19 now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Christian is doing some big things. He just signed a big deal, a modeling deal with IMG.
Yep.
And so he getting ready to get his coins all the way up, following in his daddy's footsteps. Ain't it a beautiful thing where you can brand your kids and you can get your kids bomb jobs and you don't have to spend your money on them no more and they can do their own thing? Is that not a wonderful thing?
It's a wonderful thing.
And so a lot of these kids out here that's have rich parents, they not groomed. They not, you know what I'm saying? Their parents are not grooming them for that. They're spoiling them. So the kids are just begging and asking daddy to buy a car and buy me this and do this and that. But these kids are actually working.
But then you know what? And then on the flip side of that, there are a lot of people who do have rich, intelligent, and wealthy family members, parents. Let me rephrase that. Parents. And a lot of them do go to college. They do get good jobs. I mean, it's like 50-50 because if you look, you see a lot of, to me, most of the people that I see that are wealthy, it seems like most of the time their kids are following their footsteps. Like they're in college, they have great jobs, they're CEOs a lot of times.
A lot of times that's true.
Yeah, I mean, you always have
like
some
50-50.
kids that might turn the corner or something, no matter how much their parents give them. But yeah, I think it might be 50-50.
So if you was wealthy, would you want your child, like say you was a singer, would you want your child to do the same thing you was doing, or would you encourage them to do something different? Because you know the entertainment business is a stiff business.
Well, you know me, I would never encourage anybody to do what I do. If I had a child, I would tell my child to be who you are, and whatever my child decided my child decided to be, I would support them.
Would you want to make them go to college though?
Hell no, I ain't want nobody to make me go to college.
Yeah, a lot of parents feel that that's the best route. What you think, wifey? Would you? Well, I know you.
I'm on the fence. I did instill that in my children from I said, what are you planning to do after college? But now that I think about it, and now that I have two one is already done and one is almost done, thinking about the money that has been spent, and I would probably not be so stern about it if they had a different route that they wanted to take.
Something else, right?
But if you don't have a plan, then that's going to be your plan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I definitely get that.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because when I was growing up, my dad used to always say some people are not meant to go to college and some people are not meant to work for anybody. Right. Some people are meant to be entrepreneurs. Yeah. Exactly. So I never. I mean, I was happy to get out of high school. I knew I wasn't going to college. I knew
Hey, Dane,
I wasn't.
I think I was you, Dane. I was like,
happy.
Once I'm finished with this
I graduated. Now what am I going to do? I'm not going to college. I want to figure out how I can make some money and do my own thing. And I've tried having jobs. Man, I got fired. Man, as soon as a supervisor said something crazy, I'm like, I'm out of this joint. So it's like I could not keep a consistent job. And my dad said some people are not meant to work for people. So I had to for years try to figure out where I'd belong, like what I wanted to do, but I knew I didn't want to have a 9-to-5. That's just not me. And I pray I never have to go back to that. If I did have to, I would, but I pray I never have to go back to that.
So piggybacking off her, I promise everything Dana just said is just proof that you're an entrepreneur in the spirit.
Yep.
When you get on a job and you can't take it, like some people are structured where that's okay. They can do that for 30 years, 20 years. But when you get on a job and you can't take it, then you built for something different. Like it just means your spirit won't allow you to do that, but for so long. I did it I think I worked until I was 19 or 20. I think I worked at FedEx and like little light stuff. But then that was it. Like I knew, I was like you. I was like, oh nah. I remember at 16, I had my first job, 16. I was 16, and I was buffing tables for a steakhouse out Crofton. And I worked there for, a week? And I was supposed to bust the tables or whatever you do and all that. And so the guy handed me an apron and a mop. And he said, go mop the floor. And he was about to close. And I took the apron right back off and put it on his neck and walked out. And that was my last day.
I
didn't even go get the check. Like, I just was like, I'm cool on that. And just left. And I never even called back or didn't. I just walked out the door. Yeah. Because I was immature for one, and I wasn't used to working. And I thought when they tell you hired to do one thing, that's all you do. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking I'm going to bust these tables. And if you ask me all that other buffoonery, I'm out. Like, I'm not doing that. It was too much. So I guess that just means entrepreneur for me.
But
so
I don't recommend. I don't recommend people follow our paths.
No, don't just walk off your job Don't just walk off the job.
And I can say I was only able to do that because of my mom and dad. My dad was like me. I mean, my dad always worked a job, but he's like, you don't have to take no shit from nobody.
Right.
So
From nobody,
only
right.
because my dad thought that way. If I felt like someone was treating me messed up, my dad would be like, "Oh, you don't have to go. Go ahead and leave. Find another job. Just chill for a while." So
Right.
you have to have something to fall back on. Don't just do it because you feel like it, because you'll be out
Exactly.
there by yourself,
Looking
homeless and
crazy,
everything.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up with this Throwback Thursday.
Okay.
Let me see how I'm gonna word this. 26 years ago, somebody had a movie out, and it starred Tupac, and it was a hip hop movie. What you
Ooh.
think it was?
Say that one more time.
It was
Dana
tw-
not
it
gonna
was
get it.
it
I'm
was-
gonna
it
get
it.
aired.
Say
It
it
aired
again.
anybody in the
Poetic
studio can-
Justice.
Nope.
Say it
wait.
again. No, say it again.
It was 26 years ago, long time,
26
right?
years ago. Oh, God.
Tupac starred in it.
I was only like 10.
I'll say two people in it. Omar Epps, Tupac. It's a hip hop
Tupac.
movie.
Oh,
Omar
Juice.
X.
Juice.
Juice.
That's what I was getting ready to
Juice.
say. It's like, no.
Isn't
Juice.
it a
Juice.
song out like that? I
But
got the-
look,
yeah,
do
Juice.
you guys realize that it was 26 years ago?
26
That was
years
a
ago.
long time ago, y'all.
26 years ago.
I
That's
had
a
just been
long
born,
time.
babe.
So we're gonna try to get our guests.
He
We're
didn't
gonna
even catch
pull
that.
our guests up in a minute, but we're gonna try to
That
get
went over
them
his head.
to get in on the topic of the day. How about that? Y'all gonna sit in? We're gonna get them to sit in on the topic of the day. So we're gonna put them over there right after we're gonna put them over there when they come on.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to a commercial. This is my. Make sure you guys go out and cop this book too. I don't know why I just sit it on the table and don't ever talk
you need
about
to
it.
talk about
Y'all.
I got this amazing book that I
book-
wrote, and it's raw and it's candid and it's a true story
Wait, I'm gonna
based
flip
on
the
my
camera
life. But
around
when I
so
say
y'all
it's
can
a
see
thorough read, Blackberry Melody, The Transformation of a Gangster is at Amazon today, and it's been there for a minute, but we're turning it into a film as I speak, and it's going to be an amazing movie. But before you look at the movie, I want you guys to check out the book. So let's go to this clip, Blackberry Melody, The Transformation of a Gangster. Old clip, still the same book. Spotlight.
In 1990, Washington, D.C. saw more than 470 homicides, earning it the label murder capital of the U.S.
Shit, there you go right there. Hey, listen, when y'all pull over to the side, I'm gonna go in here and rush this dude. When y'all see me rushing, y'all rush in. About 36, give me about 30 seconds and rush the door. He ain't gonna know what hit him.
What's up with you, man? How you feel, man? What's going on with you, man?
Man, I gotta tell you about this meeting, my nigga.
Oh, yeah, all right, how'd that go?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to see. I went and talked to the diamonds the other day, man. I don't know, man. This been a little funny.
Yeah, man.
I can't really say,
Uh-huh.
but I got a funny feeling that these dudes are feeling at me, son.
Sure. You already know what it is. Wait for Black to get in there, give us the signal, run up in the joint, snatch this nigga up, get this bread, spaz out.
So when you leave here, you gonna go get something to eat? Yeah.
What's up, miss?
It's about time. Somebody keep calling here, hanging up. Ever since you've been gone, somebody just keep calling, hanging up. What's going on?
All right.
All right, thank you.
See you later, miss.
All right, take care.
They ain't saying nothing?
No, just keep hanging up. When you
How many
hear,
times is that?
when you hear, all day long. Every time you leave, all day long.
Man, fuck this. I'm going to Atlantic City. This is my birthday. I ain't tripping off this shit, man. What? They ain't say nothing?
Nothing at all. Just keep calling, hang it up. When you're in here, it doesn't ring. As soon as you leave, ring. Nobody's saying nothing.
Probably one of them damn females. You know how they do. D, get this shit in. It's my 28th birthday.
Let's get it in. I'm
We
ready
closed,
to go.
my man. My man.
Excuse me, sir. We are closed.
Get down. Get down.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit. I ain't got no shit. Get up.
Where that shit at? Get up.
You know you fucking with. I don't give a fuck.
Just let me up,
Hey,
man.
Joe. Get this nigga this money, man. Else he gonna kill you.
I don't got no. I'm gonna take you to some money. Just let me up.
All right, get your ass up there. Come on.
Get me up, man.
Let's go.
Just get me up. I'm gonna take you to some money, man. It's tripping.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spotlight Over the City, and we have our guests in the building today. You want to introduce them?
I'm gonna let you go ahead and do that.
I'm gonna let Terry do it because these young ladies, we are very familiar with them, and they're starting something, a speed dating situation. I'm gonna let them talk about it. So, wifey, introduce them for me.
Hello, we have today Amy and Danny, and they are going to tell us about this hot new trend of speed dating. They're going to have their first event coming up in like 2 or 3 weeks, right?
Actually on Valentine's Day, so
Speak
a little
up a
less
little
than a month.
Okay.
Ah,
So I
okay.
want you to
Tell
talk
us
nice
about
and
it.
loud for me so
Yeah.
they can hear you.
Okay.
Put that mic to there you go.
So it's on Valentine's Day, and yes, it is a speed dating event. It's called At First Blush, and we came up with this idea because, well, actually, let me back up a little bit. So our event company is called Shibby Full Events, and we came up with the name because we've been getting a lot of inquiries about why Shibby Full.
Right. What does shibby mean?
Right.
Shibby full. What is that?
So Danny had a conversation a long time ago. Her and I have been friends for over a decade now, or about a decade.
Yeah.
And she had a conversation with a coworker, and she was like, "Oh, Shibby," and they were talking about sister besties, and that's what they referred to themselves as. And she came back, of course, had the conversation with me, and I'm like, "Well, that's us. We're sister besties." So that's how we affectionately refer to each other. So as we were trying to figure out what we wanted to call our company, we went and looked up the name, and we were like, oh, Shibby has a real meaning, and it's a real name.
Yeah.
And it means something cool. So that sort of embodied us, as well as what we're trying to do, something cool. And we wanted to add full to it just because it's going to be
Full of cool stuff.
Okay.
So that's Shibby Full
creative.
Events, and that's us. And you want to tell them a little bit about At First Blush?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
why?
that's what I want to hear about. How did you come up with the name At First Blush?
Oh, maybe you
Well,
should
first of all, I guess for me personally, if you can make me blush, if you can make me smile, you might have my heart. I believe in love at first sight, though, right? So At First Blush.
At First
So
Blush.
it is
That's cute.
it's a speed dating event, but it's also a social mixer. So the first hour is going to give you the opportunity just to sit down across from people and speak without a phone. You actually have to engage in conversation, and you get to, make that first impression with that person. And the second half will be the social mixer, where you can come and you can just mix and mingle, and hopefully maybe, connect some more with those that you had the opportunity to sit down with. For the 3 minutes. So you only get 3 minutes with each person. So it's quick and it's fast. And honestly, it's something it's not common in the Black community. So we're trying to bring that, and it's something different and something fun.
Yeah, the first time I heard of speed dating was in Atlanta. And it was getting to be a big thing in Atlanta right before I left Atlanta a year or so ago. It was kind of like catching wind, and a lot of people was trying to put a little twist on it and do it. But when I came here, I wasn't familiar. I didn't know anyone doing it.
Yeah, so we in our research, actually we're both single. So in our research when we were thinking about what do we want to do, like what would our first event look like, we were thinking about speed dating, and we were like, well, that's just something that we don't do enough in our community here. And it was like, you know what, let's do it. Let's bring a twist to it. Let's get back to the old school way of dating versus online dating or
Right.
social media, DMs, all that, good stuff that, we'd like to do today. And let's put let's bring back that intentionality and put each other in each other's faces again, and really just have a good time doing it. I think, like you said, we don't see enough of it here, and that's really what we want to do, and we really want to force people to really just, get in each other's faces and be intentional about meeting each other, and hopefully do some matchmaking in the process.
That's right.
Let me ask you ladies a question. It's funny that you all are here because someone reached out to me about hosting an event, and she wanted to gear it kind of towards speed dating. And I'm going to be honest with what I told her. I said, I think you should add something else to it because, like you said, a lot of our people aren't doing it. I don't see a lot of men. I see women coming out for it, but do you expect to really get men to come out as much as women? Or am I just reading into it like a little bit too much? Because I just don't see men being as, okay, I'm going to go to speed dating. Okay, they're having a speed dating event. Do you all think you're going to draw the men too?
So do you see these ladies on this camera, you guys? These two ladies are hosting and they're single.
They're both single.
Look at the screen, www.spotlightoverthecitylive.com. Look at the screen. And these are just the hosts. And it's going to be other women of this caliber, and they're all single. Men, we need you to come out and attend the event.
So that's definitely a concern that we had when we were developing this idea.
Okay.
We know there's a lot of apprehension around men having to get in front of women and actually be intentional and deal with the possibility of rejection and people knowing their business. And that's a big thing in this area because this is a small area. No one wants anybody in their business. No one wants the next person to know who they're dating. So we have some incentives for the men if they sign up and if they decide to play the game. We have some incentives. We're not going to give them away today, but there is going to be so much interactive things happening during the mixer that the guys will really want to come out. I think, too, what we're going to try to do initially, because we only need to have a certain amount of men and a certain amount of women, just because you can't have but so many play one time. We're going to go to them. We're going to go to them. We're going to get out in these streets, and we're going to find these
handpicking. We're going to get you
So we're looking for some single men.
Y'all going to get them. Y'all going to go pull them. Y'all going to get
men to show up at this event on Valentine's Day.
So give us
single. Be
single men.
So we got to get on. So give us the dates again and the location because we got to get on to the topic. So what's the location?
Sure. So it's at Red Rocks, actually down here in DC.
Okay.
And the day is on Valentine's Day,
February 14th. You guys, come on out.
Yeah. So it's 1368 8th Street at Red Rocks, and it starts. Check-in for the speed dating is at 6:30, and the event actually starts at 7, and that runs for an hour. And if you're not interested in a speed dating, you can still come out to the social mixer, it's still going to be fun. We're still going to have activities and music. You can purchase food, of course, drink, mix and mingle, but that goes from 8 until 10, and a little bit longer, if we're having a good time.
That's really good. I have someone who has a quick question. They said, Terry, is there an age range for speed dating? Is there an age range?
So that is a good question. So for this particular event, we decided to go with 25 to 45.
25 to 45.
There's an
so
age
no
range.
18-year-olds, no pants sagging.
25 to
None of that. You gotta be a grown
event.
man. This grown-ass man and woman business. This is not no young boy.
Professional.
And be professional.
And come dressed to impress.
Your pants cannot be
Please.
sagging, showing
Thank
your
you.
underwear.
Yeah, we don't need that. These are real women. These are grown women, business women.
But this is the first of many. And, we're looking forward to doing more and being able to branch out to other age groups.
Right.
Wow, I really like it.
It's going to be fun.
So make sure you guys come on. Where can they, real quick before because we got to get into the topic. Where can they get tickets? Eventbrite. Eventbrite. Make sure you go on Eventbrite and check out the event. Now we're gonna get into it. This topic is gonna be a little edgy. We got already some mixed opinions in the studio and blah 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 blah. So if the topic is waiting on sex, does that get you married? Basically, is that the way to get a man to commit? Holding out on sex.
I think it depends.
So
it depends.
I'm gonna ask you first, and we're gonna go around. When you say depends on what?
It depends on the man, in my opinion. There are men who would be turned off by a woman who gives it up too early. Not turned off to the point that they don't want to do it to her, but turned off that they would be like, she's not wifey material, because if she would go do it with me that fast, she's not the type of woman that I want for my wife. So there are men who really do look differently at a woman if she does that. But I do believe that there are also men who feel like, you know what, you're grown, I'm grown, I like you, and I don't care that we did it on the first day. We're going to keep doing it, and I want to be with you. I believe that it just depends.
What you think, Dana?
Me myself, I don't think so. Your question was, would holding out on sex get you married quicker, right?
Well, maybe I worded it wrong.
Yeah,
because
I was about to say.
Let's say the top. You knew the top. What was it?
I mean, I think it's still
the same,
similar.
sorta,
It's
yeah.
basically saying, does that work? Like, if you hold out on the cookie,
That's gonna make a man say.
Does that gonna make him
wanna
stay?
commit?
Does it make him wanna
Does it make
commit?
him want to commit?
Frank says no sex on the first date. So if Rashida had tried to get some sex on the first date, I guess he wouldn't have married her.
So Frank, hey Frank, you see how she threw you out there that quick, Frank?
That's what he said.
I mean,
It was good.
I agree. I think that it is situational. I think that if it depends on both parties
I
and
think
how you handle the date. And I definitely don't think.
Are we
the
talking
first-
about a date or getting
Terry
married?
put it to the first date.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're talking about getting married.
I don't think
like,
that you should have sex on no first date. If you have sex on the first date, I think that you killed a lot of your chances for commitment. Men are hunters by nature, women. Men are hunters by nature. It's in our nature. So if you are the prize that you know you are, women, y'all the prize. I don't know if men have told you, you are the prize. So if you recognize you the prize and you give up the prize the first date, then it's jackpot already. It's really not a challenge. And for two, he hasn't got to know you. Like, he doesn't know your character. He just know you have good cookie or bad
a man
cookie.
will do it to you on the first night, be into you on the first night, and still fall in love. Still can fall in love. Still
I
can
disagree.
date you.
Well, it depends on the man. That's what I mean.
depends on
It
the
depends
man.
on who you talking about, because
Depends on the man.
I've been in a situation where I met somebody and actually we did have sex on the first date, and I dated her for almost a year. And I thought we had a great time doing that. It was other things came into play that didn't have nothing to do with the first date sex. So it is situational. I think it's situational. What you guys think? What you think, Amy? Be truthful, Amy. Tell the truth, Amy. Y'all over there thinking too much. I need to air it out.
Let me say this. I do think it is situational, but I think that men have a fear of loss. And if they think that if you're holding out, which I think the woman should, because if she's trying to increase her chances of marriage, she should really see what he's about. But he's going to, if he's really, really into her, he does not want to lose her, and that will increase their chances of marriage because he wants all of her. So
Men want to have sex. I don't know what y'all talking about.
and I'm talking about
But-
sex,
Men wanna
But
have
we don't.
sex.
But see that's age too, though, because you young, you just want to jump in the bed and have sex.
If
But
he-
when you get 40 plus,
if he's
you're
thinking
looking
about
for.
marriage, if he's thinking about
timing,
marriage and
definitely.
she's
Come on,
thinking
y'all.
about marriage, and they know that they don't want to just get it in and get out, or the possibility of it not working, then hold out, because he's going to want it to move forward and progress and get to the cookie, and she's going to want to get to the ring, and ultimately they'll meet somewhere in
I'm
the
about
middle.
to say something.
Okay, so I think that's right. Like me personally, I think that if you hold out, you get to be the friend of this person. You get to know this person.
That don't mean he's
and
gonna
then-
stay with you. You can hold out and he can get the cookies and still leave you.
Now, I
Yeah.
believe
Hold it
that.
Now, that's
you
true,
can
too.
hold out all
You
you
can
want.
hold out. That's
You
true.
can hold your cookies all you want,
But
but
you
you
don't
know all
lose
he wants are the
anything.
cookies. He's gonna leave you.
So it's circumstantial.
Yeah.
So like, cause sometimes you can want the cookie, the woman can start playing that game with you, like, nah, we gonna wait, and then the man starts to say, well, you know what? I'm gonna wait just to get the cookie because we've been playing this game for a minute, so I'm gonna hold fast until I get it, and then I ain't tripping no more. I'm gonna be
Because I'm
around.
sure he got plenty of others. too.
Malika
got-
said something.
Now
So
see
like,
that? Yeah, Danny.
Malika said something on my live.
What's she say? Malika? What's up,
Malika
Malika?
so fast. She said, first of all, the men are not thinking about marriage on the first date anyway, or the second, or the third, or the fourth, or the fifth, or the sixth. But you better believe they're thinking about getting those cookies if they like you.
Well,
Do
that's
y'all
true.
know any men? Do you all know any men personally? Because I don't. That would say, that you think would say, okay, I like her and she's holding out, so I'm just gonna keep waiting and keep waiting and keep waiting. Most men want sex, like.
Well, all men want sex.
But do you
that's,
really think
but when
that-
you get mature, that's not the only thing you want. Once you pass that little 20-something stage and you've been running around here, like, I guess some men don't have a lot of sex in their young age, but if you have if you're a person who have experienced enough sex when you're young, when you get old, you want something to come with it. You don't just want to lay in the bed. It becomes routine.
So let me ask you something. So at your age right now, say you and Terry were not married, right?
Right. Okay. I don't know Terry. Keep it moving.
You don't know Terry.
Okay.
At your age,
yeah, right
you're
now.
not young.
In the morning.
You and Terry are dating. Y'all going out. You like her. Y'all going out date after date after date. And she's like, I don't want to have sex until I get married. Are you going to be fine with that?
It depends on
Are you
how.
going to be fine with that?
I'm answering you.
I think he would be.
It depends on
You're
how.
not going to sleep with nobody else? You're just going to wait until you get married to her?
It depends. Well, it depends on time frame.
They gonna screw
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. Well, I might hit something.
Yeah, they are.
So this is the thing. This is the thing. I might tap. So this is the thing, though. I'm gonna tap something if she plays this game too long. Like if she stretches this out too far, because I'm a grown man.
You shouldn't be playing a game. If you want to sleep with the man, you date and sleep with him. If he gonna leave you, he gonna leave you whether you give him the coochie up front.
You shouldn't have to be strategizing.
Why are you playing games anyway?
And what's
right? So don't be playing no damn game. Just give me the coochie. Give it to me. Play with me.
The first day I saw you, I gave it to you.
Girl, take them pants off and stop playing and drop them.
Did I not? The first day I saw you, didn't I give it to you?
Well, shit, we've been talking for 6 months. You're supposed to give it to me. So look, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh my God, y'all are
take them damn clothes
so wait a
off.
minute, so you waited and you got the ring.
Well, our situation was a little different because
I made her wait. I was the one that told her not to come to Atlanta to see me on purpose.
He was living out of town when I met him. We did meet on Facebook, and I won't go into the story because he's gonna lie about how it all happened. But he was in my inbox.
Yeah, but she was stalking me. But go ahead. What you say?
Yeah, come on.
So we literally talked on the phone and FaceTimed daily for 6 months. Because he lived out of town, and I kept offering to be like, well, I'm gonna come down there and finally see you. He was like, no. He would make up all these lies. Oh, I gotta go out of town this weekend, this and that and the other. And so it took us 6 months before we actually got to finally see each other for the very first time. But on that day, it went down. I wasn't going all the way to Atlanta just to be like, hey.
Why?
No.
So anyway, yeah, that wasn't like a first date. But so now, if you would have came down there and the sex wasn't no good, then what?
Now, we have talked about that, and I said to you, and I can tell everyone else, if I had come down there and it was been whack, right, I would have said to myself, I really like this man because we had talked for 6 months. I felt like I loved him before I even saw him. I was like, I'm in love with him, and I don't even know what he looks like in person.
Okay,
so if it had been
too far now, we
okay, yeah. Well, if it had been whack, I would have given you another chance.
Yeah, she gonna went on with the story.
Yeah,
so
I would have given you another chance, one more chance. I would have given you a chance because I would have thought you would have been nervous or something, and I would be like, okay, I'm gonna give him one more chance to make it work.
Let's address some of the people we got people in the chat room. Let's see what's going on Facebook.
None of my people.
Well, we got Lavelle who said that.
Cuzzo? Shout out to Lavelle. What Cuzzo say?
Lavelle said him and his wife had sex instantly,
in the car.
they've been married for 16 years.
Say that. Lavelle, you can hold out, or like I said, you can hold out all you want. And if you are holding out on your man is screwing somebody else, baby.
Not necessarily.
9 times
out of 10.
Just
be masturbating.
No,
Dana.
9 times out of 10 he's screwing somebody else.
Just
and if you're dumb enough to believe that, or you're that naive to believe that, you need help. He's screwing somebody.
So every man
So
is
during that
somebody.
6 months, you were screwing someone else? There's 6 months that we were talking over the phone?
No.
Yeah, y'all weren't dating. He was screwing. He had to be screwing somebody else, Terry. Yes, he was. Yes,
Okay, so look, okay.
I keep it real.
No. I wasn't. Okay, look, this is what happened.
You met her on Facebook and you were living in Atlanta. You had you a bunt or 2 or 3 or 4 down that joint. Y'all married now. Keep it real.
Everybody
Where's that bell?
Bing, bing, look. Okay, listen. They lying, y'all. I wasn't humping. Well, I was humping. Okay, I was late. Damn it. Okay, so late. Let me just be honest. The reason why I didn't allow her to come down to Atlanta right away is because I had to clean up some things, because I had a few people, here and there, but I really wasn't having sex like that because
like that. You heard that like that.
Right. He said he really wasn't having sex like that.
But once I met Terry, I had already cleaned that up. Like it wasn't nobody that was gonna come knock on no doors or call and harass. You have never had a run-in with a female since you know my name. And so where?
In person?
No.
Right.
So
in person.
So at the end of the day, sex is something that I think is a weapon for women. I think that you have to understand the man that you dating also. Like, some men are more disciplined than others. So I don't agree with Dana when she say a man got to be humping if he not having sex with the woman he dating at the time.
Most of them are.
I just think that you can't play that
Most
game
of
too
them
long
are.
with him, though. You can't have him months and months down the road because now you're going to push him to another woman.
I don't think
What
it's
y'all
a
think
game.
about
I
that?
think
You're going to
it's
push him to another woman if you don't give up the cookies. Now, I give you 30 days, damn it. You're going to have to do something.
Okay, so real quick, what about, do you wait until marriage for sex?
That's dead.
I couldn't even marry somebody
even
if I
gonna
didn't
play
have
them
sex
games.
with them. Because
'Cause
if I
if you're-
marry you and the sex is whack, I'm
Whack.
gonna get divorced as soon as I
I'ma
get
be
married.
so
That's
mad.
the risk.
So
Yeah,
no.
because what if it
Say,
don't
I'm
be
outta
like,
here, I'm
it
leaving.
don't, the juices
could
don't
never
flow
do
right
that.
or it don't
But
really.
people tell me that the people who believe in waiting for marriage for sex, they say that if this is the person that you're supposed to be with, then the sex is going to be good. You're gonna make it
Bullshit.
good.
Oh,
That's
no.
what people tell me.
Bullshit.
I'm just saying that's what they
Well,
say.
you better
over
alive.
time.
Well,
right?
you can love the man, and you can think you want to be with him, but it don't make his penis no bigger or no better.
right.
But that's another show. But
If he
that-
right here,
that's
you
not
can love
true.
him all you want. That's all it's gonna be.
But-
so
Yeah.
what you gonna do to make that better?
You can.
And you gonna be with him for a lifetime.
You can. The marriage
They-
would
You
never
stuck.
work.
What did I hear people say? It's not the size of the ocean, it's the motion or something.
That's BS too. I said bullshit at first.
Dana.
Excuse my
Yeah,
language.
most
y'all.
people that say that don't have none.
Yeah.
So that's why they said it ain't the
Yeah,
size
it's the
because I ain't got no
flow
size.
and
This is ocean,
Nah,
motion
if
of the
that
ocean.
size is- if that size
Because I don't got no penis.
I don't think the size
like
really
this. It
matters.
doesn't matter
I mean,
how
we got a
if the size
problem.
is like a
You ain't
kid
gonna feel
size, then
nothing.
yes. If it's like a little
Snack.
kid.
Did you say
then
kid?
size.
Yeah, I've
Did you
seen
say
a
kid
little
size?
kid one. Yeah. I've seen a
Snack
grown.
size.
Yes, that happens.
Do you hear them, Danny?
I
Amy,
hear
do
it.
you hear this man?
Look,
Amy, you've
they
never
said,
seen
what
a little
was it?
kid's one on a grown-up man?
Yes.
I
Yes,
plead the
A
fifth.
4-year-old.
Amy say she.
I ain't seen nothing. My mama watching.
Did Dana say a 4-year-old?
I plead the fifth. What I will say is, it's by relationship. If y'all choose to go at it the first night and it works for y'all and y'all make it all the way to the finish line, great. If y'all don't, then great. If you decide to hold out and y'all have a conversation about it as two adults, we gonna wait till this day.
She gonna
then
wait. He
great.
gonna hit something.
But I
Facebook
think the
Live,
older
should you
we
wait
get, the
until
more
marriage?
we should have
wait.
conversations
Sex?
about
Should you
it.
wait?
He's not gonna get none
Do you
either.
wait?
He's gonna wait.
He gonna wait.
Yeah, I think the older we get, the more we should have
the older men are
Amy,
no
are you
different,
gonna wait?
honey. The older
queen, that's the
men
people
are
I'm
no
not on
different.
here.
Y'all in
Are you
love
gonna
with
wait?
man in here.
So we gotta at least drive
No.
up to something,
Oh, right.
man.
Are you
I'm
waiting?
sorry, I'm not gonna
You
wait.
gotta find out
Can we
what's
drive
going
up then?
on.
Can we just like
I
rub?
need to
Like,
know what's going on before
you wanna
marriage.
drive
Exactly.
home.
We're gonna do something. Like, don't make me masturbate. Like, don't force me to do that. Like, come on, man. Like, we dating. How long we gonna be before?
Elaine, you say wait until you get married. Really?
Well, I tell you what, Elaine. How long do you think you gonna get married? Like, how long that's gonna be?
We gotta get ready to wrap it up though.
All right. So y'all, we never got to the conclusion. We're gonna have to.
The conclusion
we need some
is-
more time on this one, y'all.
The
Cause
conclusion is
what's the conclusion, Dana?
give your man some sex or he's gonna hit something else. That's the
Dana
reality.
says, give the man some sex.
Give it up.
Point
Don't play
blank
the weight
period.
game.
So-
you playing a game. You playing with
So
yourself.
could you just give me head and then we wait for the sex part, the other part?
Oh.
Is that sex?
Well, it depends on who you asking. I mean, I'm just
Isn't that
asking.
sex,
We
too?
still-
It's oral sex.
Yes, that's sex.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah,
You might as
yes,
well
that's-
just
See,
do
some
it.
people act like
If you're gonna
you
do
know,
that, just do it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that no woman should play that game. I think that it's situational, but if you dating a solid guy and you feeling this guy, I don't think a time should come into play.
It shouldn't. You're
I think that
grown.
if you grown and they grown and they should be if you dating them. So y'all should make adult decisions and get it popping, and or not. And if because all you doing is both playing the game with each other. He want to hit, you want to hit. Both of y'all trying to be the grown up and don't want to do it. And
Don't
then when
nobody
you-
had time for that. We're
Yeah,
too
man,
grown,
let's-
man. Do what you
man,
want. If
let
you
me-
want to do it on the
give me
first
the
day,
cookie.
second day, third day, do what you feel like. If people doing it anyway, they just not gonna say it. Huh?
Yeah, I be. Yeah.
Dana said, I want it now.
Hey, Dana, they really want to do it in the car, don't they, Dana? Girl, get in the back seat and come on, stop this shit. Get your ass in the back.
Right, and I'm still not gonna marry you. You let me wait all that time.
You call
I'm
you
still not
tomorrow.
gonna marry you.
Wear a skirt when I come to see you. Have a dress on.
Ooh.
Okay, I didn't got too far. All right, y'all. I gotta wrap it up. We gotta
Keep
wrap it up,
coming.
you guys.
We wanna know,
We
do
love
you
you
wait?
guys. We're gonna continue this
Do you wait
subject
for
next
sex?
week. How about that? Next week we're gonna
Do you
finish
wait
this
until
because
you get married?
we never really got a conclusion. So I'm just gonna say
I
it's
don't think there is a
situational,
conclusion. It's a
and it's every
situational.
man for himself, and whatever you come up with.
It's
I love you
situational.
guys for watching. We gotta get out of here, man. We got to
See
get
y'all
out of
next
here,
Thursday.
man. Next Thursday, 7 p.m., same bad channel, Spotlight Over the City. Love hard, live good, God first.
Peace.
I put the spotlight on